See how it jerks?
What is up, you guys? It's Lex. Welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having an amazing weekend so far. Today, I have another fun little video for you guys. I'm going to be installing some suspension modifications on my Evo 8. I have a new diff, as well as some new mustache bar bushings, as well as some new control arm bushings. So without further ado, let's get right into it. What are we doing, Ron?
I'm just going to demonstrate that donkey kick that I was telling you about. So even right now, if I just stomp on the throttle, like so, see how it jerks? That jerk is not normal. The reason why this happens is the rear suspension, essentially there's a differential, has the carrier bushings, and it has a mustache bar, what's called a mustache bar, that attaches to the rear subframe. Those bushings wear over time, and they're just, plastic with metal inserts, basically, just rubber, I'm sorry, with metal inserts. And once they wear, whenever you try to accelerate, that just jerks the whole drivetrain. It's a lot more noticeable in the back than it is in the front. The rear differential, being a smaller unit, just jerks a lot more. What we do is we just press those bushings out and we put energy suspension polyurethane bushing. We do the same thing for the differential carrier bushing, so they also become polyurethane bushing. So they're not solid, but they are super hard plastic with a metal insert. So they are essentially solid. Whiteline makes a roll center correction kit, which also gets rid of torque steer. So when you hit a bump and stuff, the steering wheel doesn't just kind of jerk out of your hand. Every time we're doing one of these jobs and we have the control arm out, it makes sense to also go ahead and replace the control arm bushings themselves. So that's going to be the lower control arm big bushing that essentially gets bolted to the subframe, and the pivot bushing, which we'll show you guys. So all that stuff's going to be done today, and also she's going to get M-Factory LSD.
All right, so these are the mustache bar bushings that we're going to be replacing, as well as the diff bushings that we're going to be replacing, and obviously the diff, which I'm about to go ahead and drain right now. I'm going to take off the exhaust really quick. There's 3 bolts, the mustache bar to diff bolts that I just took out, and then I'm gonna back out these 19s right now. I always regret not wearing these. I'm scared.
So we're gonna lower it. We do have the lower control arms completely disconnected from the knuckles. Just make sure it doesn't fall. That's it.
I'm gonna have the expert explain the difference between these two.
Just the internet expert.
Difference.
This is the factory Evo 8 rear diff. From the factory, they do have an LSD unit in the back. It's a friction type LSD, so there's clutches and discs essentially. And it is stacked improperly from the factory, so people don't complain when you're taking turns, so it doesn't clunk like an LSD would. So usually what we do as a normal upgrade is we'll take the diff out and we will restack it to the proper orientation so it acts like an LSD. This unit that we got here, this actually has a helical LSD, so it takes out the OEM LSD completely and has an M-Factory LSD inside. So all the OEM stuff is essentially not used anymore. This is a core, obviously, so we do have to return the core. Whenever you're putting power down and one wheel starts to slip, if you don't have a proper LSD, limited slip, it's not going to limit the slip and you're just going to have one tire fire. So the car is not really going to accelerate. As you guys saw in the last video, upgraded the transfer case and put a wave track LSD in the front. So now putting this helical LSD in the back, both front and rear are essentially going to have almost no slip. So as soon as it has slip, it's going to get grippy and it's going to hook and it's going to go. If you're just spinning or if you can't put the power down, it's a lot more forgiving on the engine. If you're putting all the power down by not slipping the wheels, it's a lot more stress on the engine. And this is going to be a stock block. So I feel like we might, shoot the rod out earlier than we anticipated, but who cares? We'll just put a built motor in it. So LSD going back in. These are the carriers that Lex is going to press out really quick. So these are the OEM bushings. As you guys can see, they flex. Now these aren't terrible, but we essentially make these solid by putting these polyurethane mounts in there with these solid inserts.
Okay, just put in that mustache bar. Now, let's take care of these bushings. Roni's helping me put the new diff in.
Hey.
I'm gonna throw it at you, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna throw it at you really hard.
I'm just having fun, I can't laugh.
This stuff smells like straight up armpit. It does. So I just finished putting in the rear diff as well as the mustache bar, put the exhaust back on, tightened everything. It is my first time doing this, so it's taking me a really long time. So Roni's gonna do the front and kind of demonstrate everything and get a little bit more in depth for you guys, since I can't really do that.
I'm still gonna have her press all the ball joints and then.
Yeah, the press is the fun part. I'll do the press.
Titanium. So we're gonna pop the axle out. The one that's leaking is this one. Just ever so slightly leaking from the small side, but you guys can see it kind of slides in and out of the actual, like on the actual boot. So we're just gonna take care of that. These are the main issues on this car. It has a horrible bump steer. So we're gonna be addressing that. This axle is good. Super simple to pull them off. There's a pivot bolt over here. And then this one actually goes through the subframe, but this is also a bushing that we're going to be replacing. We're going to be replacing these ones with the energy suspension ones, and then the actual lower ball joint for the control arm, and the steering end link, the power steering rack and pinion end link is also going to be replaced with the white line unit. And if you look here, this one's already compromised. All the grease is kind of everywhere. On this one, the ball joint on this side, on the driver's side, is not terrible. But if we look on the passenger side, it's been done for a while. Just yoink this out, like so. Control arm.
We're learning together, so exactly what you're seeing is how he teaches me, basically. I'm gonna go put these in the blaster and get them looking all spick and span.
Lex has this thing blasted completely. Looks beautiful in our vapor hone. Now we're getting ready to press in the control arm bushings. So there's two bushings. There's the big one that actually ties to the subframe, and there's the second one that is the through bolt that I was showing you guys. So for this one's kind of sketchy to push in, but I'm going to show you guys how to actually do it. And you just have to use a hydraulic press and just not be scared of it popping off. Whenever you get the energy suspension stuff, they give you a liberal amount of these this bushing grease. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna literally just lube the crap out of this thing. Like, just think of it as Valentine's Day. You can, just get liberal. Just get liberal. So after you do this, you're going to grab your control arm, obviously, because you're going to need this for this. But this goes with this, and this goes with this. So. See, I even got a little bit scared there, but. And then whenever you think you're done, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So it pops off from the other side as well. At this point, we have the energy suspension bushings in place for the lower control arm, the through bolt. Everything is essentially done. Once we take this off, let's slide this boot back. Ooh, that looks old. Basically use a rebuild kit, which is a new Mitsubishi OEM rebuild kit on the inner side. So it seals perfectly on this thing. And then we also have the grease and both the clamps to make sure they seal perfect. What's a snap rings used today? That's it. Axle rebuild is done. This is full of OEM fluid. Never gonna give you any trouble. Weatherproofed. Good to go. Last thing left, guys, is the actual steering linkage, which is the rack and pinion end link. Once you get the nut off, you're gonna swing this down. And you want to get it in the ballpark. So right now it's completely upright, and I'm gonna count the turns that it takes me to take this joint off. 4, 5. I'll get the white line unit. 3, 4, 5. Obviously you're gonna go to the alignment shop right after this. And that's it. That's done. At this point, we have everything installed. Lex did all of the rear portion of the vehicle, so that was the rear differential, mustache bar bushings, side support bushings for the rear diff, literally everything.
Hey, I've been learning so much, and it's just such a privilege that I get
You're
to
welcome.
have the I get to have the opportunity to be able to work on my own car, you know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I hope you guys learned something. I really wanted to show you guys how he kind of teaches me. That being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, that bell notification, and that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.